We're going over all the bottles we're looking forward to hunting this fall.
Hi, I'm Taryn.
Hi, I'm Jonathan, and welcome to Whiskey Break.
And there's a lot of whiskey dropping either now or in the next couple months, and we've sifted through quite a bit of whiskeys that we are wanting to pick up and what we want to be hunting for this fall.
Yeah, and don't worry, we're not just going to go over the crazy limited, super expensive releases. We have a couple aspirational bottles on the list, but honestly, a lot of this list are available now in the coming weeks and should be nationwide, not super limited. So I think let's just get into it.
Hop into our list.
The first bottle we're hunting for are more single barrel picks of rare character TKO rye.
Definitely. We love this bottle. I know we've talked about it on a couple other lists, but it is just the best unfinished rye that I have ever had. It's such a unique experience, and to give a couple more notes, I feel like we just tried this right before this, but I just get watermelon candy. It is like watermelon Jolly Ranchers. It is just such a unique rye, and it's 130 proof, and it drinks so comfortably. So it's just one of those things that I definitely will be asking Jonathan anytime he sees the pink wax to go pick it up, or picking it up myself.
Yeah, we were talking about, I wonder if they chose the pink wax after tasting it, because it is just candy, bubble gum, Jolly Ranchers.
It's crazy.
It's wild. It's going to be the most unique rye on your shelf. And these are premium offerings, but I think anything between $100 and $150, it's a buy from us. I mean, they're still 8-year-old barrel proof rye, and it's just fantastic. These aren't necessarily like a nationwide rollout, like brand new release in the fall. We have seen them dropping the past couple months, but from what we've been seeing from other stores, you will have opportunities to buy these over the next couple months. Going into 2025, they may be all gone, but if you can find a bottle before then, highly recommend it. Even if you're a bourbon drinker and you don't go into rye, this is a very comfortable drinking experience, and we just love it.
So unique. Love it. Go pick it up. The next bottle we're hunting for is Elijah Craig Toasted Rye.
Yeah, this is a bottle that maybe we are hoping is really good just because of what it is. Taryn in particular loves the Jack Daniel's twice barreled rye. And there's not a lot of toasted or double oaked ryes on the market. And so when we saw that Legacy Distillery is releasing a toasted rye, I think we're going to have to try it if we see it. It sounds like it should be available for $50 to $60.
Yeah.
We're not the biggest fans of Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel Bourbon.
Yeah.
But again, for that entry point, there's not a lot of options. So if it is even half as good as that Jack Daniel's special release, it'll be a fantastic bottle.
Exactly. And I think, we're at a point right now where anything under about $70 is kind of numb to us. I know that sounds bad, but any bottle that is a reasonable price like that, I feel like we just kind of have to try it. And like Jonathan said, we'll be looking for more toasted ryes in the future. Yeah,
and one of those things, we hope it does well so more distilleries follow.
The next thing we'll be hunting is Knob Creek Bourbon X Rye.
Yeah, very similar to Elijah Craig Toasted Rye. This is one that we're just excited to see a Legacy Distillery releasing this type of whiskey. A bourbon rye blend, a burr rye. We are huge fans of Redwood Empire Lost Monarch, and I just really wish more distilleries got into this category. I know having to put American whiskey on the label scares a lot of buyers, so that's a lot of the reasoning. But honestly, out of this whole list, this is the one we're probably most on the fence about. It sounds like it'll go for $40 to $50.
Yeah.
But we're just not the biggest Jim Beam fans, Knob Creek fans in general. So this is definitely one that we want to hear from you guys in the comments. If you've had a try, is this a step up from standard Knob Creek bourbon and rye? Yeah,
we'd be very curious to hear from you guys. And it's funny because we saw the label and we were like, is this something that is fake? Like, did somebody make this as like a tater sticker or whatever? Because it just kind of looks a little off. It doesn't quite look like their usual like branding. I don't know. It doesn't feel in brand guidelines, but
the gradient blend is very interesting. So.
Yes. But needless to say, we want to hear from you guys, and we hope it's good. If you're liking this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff, and let's get back into it.
The next bottle we're hunting is Redwood Empire Van Dusen Rye.
Yes, so we definitely have to complete the small lot series. It's one that just dropped, so hopefully we'll see it on shelves soon. Don't have it yet, but that's definitely something we'll be hunting. And I mean, just being super fans of Redwood Empire, it's fun to have all the bottles.
Yes.
We love it. And yeah, it's just a unique mash bill. It's very malt heavy. So curious if we'll like that style.
Yeah.
We're not huge single malt people, but I'm obviously a very huge rye person.
Yeah.
So we'll see kind of how that blends the two together and maybe if it'll make me, you know, like it a lot more. But yeah, very interested to, you know, try that new experience.
Yeah, and if you didn't get a chance to try Devil's Tower or Screaming Titan, I expect the Van Dusen to stick around on shelves just a little bit more. Just rye sell less than bourbon. That's just the state of everything.
That's how it goes,
and
yeah.
So if you want to dip your toes into the small lot series, this might be your best chance.
Yes, and if, like Jonathan said, if you haven't seen the Devil's Tower or the Screaming Titan, those are also bottles to be hunting for.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yes, and while we're talking about Redwood Empire, the other thing we will be hunting is the single barrels from Redwood Empire. So,
Yeah, so in the past they have released single barrels under this haystack needle label, and back then they were their old MGP stock, so anything from 12, 14, even 15-year-old whiskey. Really like it, but what we've actually been more interested in is their new releases from their distillate, and that's what they are finally going to be releasing this fall. And so a lot of this, I haven't seen a bottle actually fully released, but I know they started the picking process. Yes. I know we have a local liquor store that has a bottle on the way, a barrel on the way.
Yes.
And so really excited to see what that will be. Pretty sure it's going to be in this haystack needle label and bottle again.
Yeah.
But again, from like those mash bills that you see in the small lot series at barrel proof, I've seen even people say that they're like 8 years old. And so, yeah, we're just really excited for that.
Yes, I would love a cast strength Devil's Tower.
Yeah.
If that is a single barrel pick, I'm driving to wherever I can buy that from because I want that so bad. But any pick, I think, from them is going to be worth it.
Yeah. We didn't talk about price. The Van Dusen should be available for $80 to $90. And then these single barrel picks, we really don't know. In the past, they were about $120, $140, $150, but we'll just have to see what they end up dropping at. No matter what, we're probably going to buy one.
The next bottle we'll be trying to hunt is Jack Daniel's new 2024 special release, Coy Hill.
Yeah, so if you're confused, yes, they did drop Coy Hill as a 2021 special release in the past, and those were all super high proof. I think the lowest proof was like 137, going all the way into hazmat territory. They just announced that this year's release is still from the Coy Hill Rick House, but lower proof. I think the ranges are like 127 to like 137. So that's totally fine with us.
Yes.
Hopefully the fact that they're not all hazmat makes it a little bit easier to find.
Less desirable.
Yeah, a little cheaper.
Yeah.
We really hope that we're able to get our hands on this one. Like we said in the beginning, we try not to make this whole list just every special release.
Yes.
This is the one special release I think we're going to put a little extra effort into finding.
Exactly.
And, you know, maybe paying up a little bit more than we're normally comfortable, or just spending more time hunting, driving to stores, things like that. But this is the one special release that's for us.
Yes, definitely. And we've loved everything that Jack Daniel's has released over the past several years. We have the single malt special release from 2022, the twice barreled rye. Obviously, we've talked about multiple times. Love that one. But yeah, even like the Jack 10, everything that's come out from them recently is just amazing. Yeah. And I think it's becoming a front runner for maybe one of my favorite distilleries that's putting out stuff right now.
We've never had a chance to try the original Coy Hill release. Maybe one day we'll spend up at a bar, but hopefully this is our chance to try that goodness. Next up is High West Midwinter Night's Dram Act 12.
Yes, so obviously this is Act 11. We have Act 9, 10, and 11. And this is another bottle that we're kind of on the fence on. It is just so expensive. And with other things, other comparable bottles like Sagamore Sherry Finish and other finished bottles, it's kind of difficult to spend up for these types of bottles. And who knows if we'll get this bottle this year. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Like Taryn said, even last year, Act 11, we were on the fence of, I passed up a couple opportunities to buy it. I eventually did because we found a little under that $150 mark and went for it. I think we're glad we did. I think Act 11 is a lot better than Act 10, but it's just every year that they release these, they're just less and less special and more expensive.
Yeah, for us, at what point does this become not a release that we're seeking?
Yeah.
This might be the year. Who knows? We'll see how expensive it is near us and how available it is, but we may or may not get this bottle.
Yeah, last year Act 11 was $150. I don't think they've officially announced the price of Act 12. Probably $150. Maybe they'll even bump it to $175.
Yeah.
We'll see.
The next bottle we'll be hunting is Frey Ranch 100% wheat whiskey.
Yeah, from what I can see, these will be dropping as single barrels soon. I think so far the distillery has only released ones, but I imagine store picks are soon to follow. And from everything that I've seen, a lot of the people that have been able to taste it have actually said it's the best stuff they've tasted from Frey Ranch.
Yes.
We have a bottle of their 100% rye single barrel that we really like. Again, for being craft whiskey, it is extremely flavor forward, very dark, very in your face. That's what we like. And you might be a little surprised because we do not consider ourselves wheated bourbon fans at all. We know it's just not for us. There's good wheated bourbons out there and we taste it. It doesn't live up to the price tag. But we have had wheat whiskey before that we really enjoy. So
yes, the Dry Fly wheat whiskey is probably one of my favorite whiskeys. I just think it is extremely honey forward. So I'm really hoping maybe Frey Ranch kind of has a similar profile, or maybe wheat whiskeys have a similar profile. And I'm kind of excited to try a little bit more from them. I, like Jonathan said, I think the rye was really delicious and we'll probably end up trying some more stuff with them in the future. But yeah, excited to try something new.
I'd expect this bottle to be around the 100, maybe 120 range. That's where a lot of their barrel-proof single barrel bourbon and rye picks are landing.
Last but not least, we probably will be hunting for Sagamore's 9-year rye.
Yeah, we have a bottle of last year's release right here, which is actually an 8-year. So they're bumping that age statement up to 9 years for the first time. In general, we're actually more excited about Sagamore's own distillate and their new releases.
Yes.
But from what I gather, this is probably going to be one of their last like high age statement MGP releases. And this 8-year bottle is really good. When MGP rye gets up to that like 8-9 year mark, it gets a lot sweeter than you'd expect.
Yes, so, very sweet for a rye.
Yeah, even though there's a ton of MGP rye whiskey out there, it has a different profile. There's no pininess, nothing like that. It's still very peppery, very strong.
Yes.
But yeah, it's kind of a unique experience. And knowing Sagamore, I don't think they've ever released anything over $80. Yeah. So even at 9
and honestly, they haven't released anything that we haven't liked.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. So I think, again, if we come across it at that 80-ish price range, it's going to be hard for us to pass it up.
Yeah.
If we don't end up finding it, not the end of the world. We're really excited for their more bottled and bond releases and things like that. But definitely one to keep an eye out for. So that's all the new releases that we'll be hunting for this fall. Let us know in the comments if we missed any bottles or what you'll be looking for. And keep an eye out on our channel for some bourbon hunting and other videos to see if we get any of these bottles.
Yes, we post every Monday. Subscribe, like, comment, all that kind of good stuff. And we'll see you back next week.